The rain had always been their thing. Not sunsets, not flowers, not late-night calls or long walks on the beach. Rain. It started on a random Tuesday afternoon, the kind where the sky couldn't decide if it wanted to cry or stay quiet. Students rushed out of school, covering their heads with notebooks, bags, or just their hands. Everyone hated getting soaked. Everyone except him. Adrian stood in the middle of the open courtyard, arms slightly spread, letting the rain fall on his face like it meant something. Like each drop carried a memory he hadn't lived yet. "You're weird, you know that?" He turned. That was the first time he saw her. Leah stood under the edge of the building, hugging her bag close to her chest, watching him like he had just committed a crime against common sense. "And you're dry," Adrian replied, smiling. She rolled her eyes. "Yeah, that's kind of the goal when it rains." He walked closer, water dripping from his hair, his uniform clinging slightly to his skin. She instinctively stepped back. "Don't come near me." "Why?" he teased. "Afraid you'll melt?" "I just don't want to get wet, idiot." He stopped just a few steps away from her. The rain softened between them, like it didn't want to interrupt. "Try it," he said. "No. Just once." "I said no. Your loss." And he turned back into the rain. Leah watched him for a moment longer than she should have. She didn't understand why. The next time it rained, she was ready. She told herself she wasn't, but she was. The sky darkened again during dismissal, and the familiar tapping of rain began. Students groaned. Teachers rushed them out. Leah stood by the edge again, waiting. She hated herself for it. Then, like clockwork, he appeared. Adrian walked straight into the rain, just like before. Like he belonged there. Like it belonged to him. She watched him for a few seconds, then sighed. "Idiot," she muttered, and stepped out. The cold hit her instantly. She flinched, almost running back, but she didn't. Adrian noticed. Of course he did. His eyes widened slightly, then softened into that same stupid smile. "Well, look who decided to melt." "I'm not melting," she said, trying to sound annoyed. "You're smiling." "I'm not." She stopped. She was. And somehow that scared her more than the rain ever could. Days turned into weeks. Rain became their excuse. Whenever it poured, they'd find each other without trying. No texts, no plans, just there, talking about everything and nothing. "What's your dream?" Adrian asked once, as they sat on a bench under light rain. Leah thought for a moment. "I want a simple life," she said. "Nothing dramatic, just peaceful." He nodded. "That sounds boring. What about you?" Adrian leaned back, looking at the sky. "I want something unforgettable." She laughed softly. "That sounds dangerous." "Maybe," he said, "but at least I'll feel alive." She looked at him, and for the first time she wondered, how long do people like him stay? It wasn't long before rumors started. They're always together. Did you see them in the rain again? Are they dating? Leah pretended not to care. Adrian didn't deny it. One afternoon, as they walked home under a shared umbrella, ironically avoiding the rain for once, she finally asked, "Are we something?" Adrian didn't answer right away. He looked ahead, then at her. "What do you want us to be?" She hesitated. That was her mistake, because in that 1 second of silence, something in his expression changed. "See," he said lightly, "you don't even know." It's fine," he interrupted. "We don't have to label it." But from that day on, the rain felt different. Time moved. Feelings grew. But words never came. Until one night, it rained harder than it ever had before. Thunder cracked through the sky, and the streets were nearly empty. Leah ran. She didn't care about getting soaked anymore. She didn't care about anything except reaching him. Because earlier that day, she heard something she wasn't supposed to hear. Adrian's leaving. Next week. Transfer school. Her chest tightened just thinking about it. She found him in their usual spot, standing alone in the rain. Of course. Adrian. He turned, surprised. Leah? What are you doing here? She was breathless. Is it true? He didn't need to ask what she meant. He looked away. Yeah. The rain filled the silence. Why didn't you tell me? She asked, her voice shaking. I was going to. When? She snapped. After you left? He didn't answer. And that was answer enough. Do I mean that little to you? She asked. Adrian flinched. That's not fair. Then what is? She shot back. We spent all this time together, and you couldn't even tell me you were leaving. I didn't want to ruin it. Ruin what? Whatever this is. Tears mixed with rain on her face. You already ruined it. That hurt him. She saw it, but she didn't stop. Because I thought, she choked. I thought I mattered more than that. You do. Then why does it feel like I don't? He stepped closer. Because I'm scared, okay? She froze. I'm scared that if I told you, you'd look at me differently, he admitted. That this would end before it even had to. Leah shook her head. You don't get to decide that for me. I know. Then why did you? Because I'm selfish. The rain softened. Just a little. Like it was listening. Leah, he said quietly. I didn't want a goodbye. She laughed bitterly. Well, congratulations. Now you get a worse one. Silence. Then, stay, she whispered. He looked at her. What? Stay, she repeated. Don't go. His expression broke. I can't. Why not? Because some things aren't up to me. She stepped closer, grabbing his sleeve. Then fight it. I lost. Her grip loosened. And in that moment, she understood. This wasn't a choice. It was an ending. Then what am I supposed to do? She asked, her voice small. Adrian looked at her like he wanted to memorize everything. Remember me, he said. She shook her head immediately. No. Leah? I don't want to remember you, she cried. I want you here. He didn't know what to say. Because for once, there was nothing he could fix. The rain kept falling, but neither of them moved, because deep down, they both knew. This might be the last time it ever rained for them.